Hey friends, how are you? So I'm going to write an offer because a lot of us are at the stage where we're writing offers. And I'm just going to talk you through the way that I break things down, what it is I want to do, and why each section is where it is. Now, this document, obviously, I'm going to start with a template because I've refined it over thousands of iterations over time and getting lots of yeses. So take this as the gold mine, let's say, and then we'll take it from there. I'll also run you through. Now, for this mock-up, I'm going to pretend to be a business coach. So it's similar and we can do it faster. And the aim is to help people make their first $2,000 online. So this is the modern maker, but if we want to have a title at the beginning, it should do what it says on the tin. So I'm going to call this the 2K blueprint, right? Like, does it do what it says on the tin? Yes. I already know how much money I want to make. So let's say I want to have 4 spots. I'm going to put it there and I highlight this in yellow just to make it clear. Then once I've written the doc, there is an option to record on video, but for now we're going to remove it. So we say, here's the skinny. Don't even need that. You can have so this month you can also have this, August, but I think this month is better because you don't have to keep changing it. I'm helping 4 more people make their first $2,000 online without having to send outbound DMs and work long hours, right? So this is the promise that I'm making. Without statement cancels out the pain points. So let's say in this case, I'm a business coach who focuses on writing and I don't want to do any outbound DMs or the long hours, which is the pain point. So now I want to determine the amount of time. So I'm going to say in the next 3 months, we'll focus on 3 outcomes. Everybody that's human loves the power of 3s, right? So we want to take the model of first, next, and then to paint the picture of what we're going to do. So helping someone as a business coach, first, we want to build out your offer, for example. So I started off with a little bit of pain-inducing content to hit them in the feels, right? So because I'm Mr. Inbound Coach, we want to have a little statement that says something about that. So, for example, doing outbound is tiring and also stresses people out. With a good offer that is clear, the customers, clients come to you. Therefore, it sells itself. This is why it's the first thing we do together in a one-to-one call. So now I'm inserting myself here, right? Now, once we have the offer, as a coach, I want my tribe to validate it, right? Like, I'm also going to help you put it in front of 2-3 people, right? Without doing the calls. And I'm going to give you the scripts as well, right? By getting validation, you know that your offer is ready to cook. So once we have the offer, the next thing we want to do, let's say in this case, is weaponize your writing, right? Or use content basically to do that. So next we're going to use content to generate inbound leads. Many people get this part wrong and end up posting consistently, experiencing growth, but no lead flow. Speaking to a broad audience gets you likes. Speaking to a refined audience gets you money in the bank. Knowing how to do this is a skill you should double down on, for example. So I'm going to remove all of this. It just says this is where we can apply one of our frameworks, for example. So you can say we use the inbound content framework to awaken those leads in your audience. Now we want to give them that outcome, right? Getting predictable inbound leads will help make you get your first $2,000. Then what do we do? Now we're going to paint the picture of we've built the offer, we've generated the inbound leads, then we want to paint some continuity, right? Like make your 2K predictable and, let's say, recurring. Now that you've made your first $2,000, the next phase is about introducing recurring revenue. Because having $2,000 recurring gives you different type of energy. Consistency in profits allows for you to experience true leverage. When we dial in the recurring revenue framework, you get to decide what to do next by checking in with me. Now that what I'm doing here is I'm introducing the fact that there's something else coming up for you. There's always what's next, right? We're invoking curiosity. Then we have the game plan. The game plan section is basically, if we look at this before I go in, we paint the picture in the first 200 words of exactly what they're going to get. We have a promise. We have a plan to get there at high level. Now we're going to get into the features and the little technicalities of what's going to happen. And again, power of three, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, right? So let's build it out for our friends. Stage 1. The 2K, what was it? 2K blueprint makes 3 outcomes clear for you. So now I'm just reciting again what I said above, right? So your offer, your clear and converting offer, your inbound lead generation strategy, and then your recurring revenue, which is essentially these points that I made here. Let's put this a little bit more. I'd love for you to build, so this is a phrase again where we hit the emotions and get them to experience that, because people are emotional buyers, right? Getting your first $2,000 in a non-stressful way makes the process fun and enjoyable. Not having to push and getting clients by pulling is how we attract the right fit audience to come to you, all while having ample time to spend with friends, family, and clients, right? So to get there, again, what I'm saying here is we have to have some sort of game plan, right? So to do this, together we map out your go-to-market strategy so you know exactly what to do and when. So far, so good. Then comes stage 2. We validated the offer, and now we want the inbound leads that are coming through your door. And we've got you your first $2,000 all through inbound. Now we're going to put in some sort of system to keep bringing in that level of continuity, right? So I'm going to call this the recurring revenue framework to turn your 2K offer into a predictable and recurring month to come. Now, these are the features, right? So a lot of coaches or service providers at the beginning, they'll start with the features and start blowing it up, right? Like, these are how many calls we have, this is how many messages, this is how many, resources and things. We want to bring that in at this stage now that they've been sold on the promise and the plan, right? So what you get, community access to, let's say my name is John Mellon, whatever else there is now. Obviously I'm a beginner, so I may not have a community. I'm going to remove that. Access to all the resources that will be built, along with future PDFs, videos, etc. Right? All current and future workshops, a community of entrepreneurs and creators like yourself, where we meet together once a week to discuss and answer any questions. Now, from feedback, I found that making it optional is good. Don't worry if you can't attend. All workshops are recorded and uploaded in the hub, right? Or whatever it is. We've already told them that they get it once a week. You get instant Slack or WhatsApp or some sort of thing access to me 24/5 to answer any questions you have. One call a week with me one-on-one, so you can unblock any blockers. So because I'm a beginner, I'm not just going to offer one. I'm going to offer them one-on-one call a week every single week for the next 12 weeks, 3 months that we said. Next 3 months. We celebrate, we support each other when we're in the trenches. Amazing. So now you've got yourself a black belt. You're in full control of the time and have a reliable system that generates 2K per month. And you're met with some options. This is the continuity. So we can continue working together either one-on-one or you can stay in the community. Otherwise, you can reap the rewards of your 2K and enjoy yourself, right? Giving them the option. Awesome. So what does working together look like? Here, let's say this is a community or it's a one-on-one service. Let me remind myself what I said. Yeah, 4 more people. So in this case, it is a group coaching program. It could be one-on-one, it doesn't matter. But in this section, we want to point out what together looks like. So I show them a little screenshot of the content that's inside. I show them a bit of what the coaching is. If it's one-on-one, then maybe a screenshot with a client, what the community looks like, or maybe a picture of Slack or something. And then I have bonus get-togethers. You don't need that in the offer, but it's nice for them to now start envisioning what it's like, right? And then now the investments. So there's only one way to work together. So let's see. I'm going to remove the other bits that I had here because we don't need this. So let me remove this. There we go. Perfect. So what do we need to do here? I've made it super easy to get started inside the 2K blueprint. Most members make back their investment with one client. That is like releasing and relieving that likelihood of achievement and painting the picture of the future. Your investment, like you can go weekly here, you can do whatever it is you want. At the beginning, I'm just going to pretend as a beginner I want to get money coming through and getting those yeses. Your investment is, let's say, $1,000. And you can pay in 2 installments of $500. It's $500 now and $500 next month. So I'm being very clear on what it is. They can leave at any time. Let's say for this case, no. So you're free to leave once the 3 months are up, or you can renew at a monthly price of $100 per month, for example. Let's make it even easier for you. The 2K blueprint is a community, not a hostage situation. We can say like the 2K blueprint is an asset, not a liability. You can leave without having to pay more. If you decide to leave sooner, you can't rejoin the community for a year, right? But I've found the most success with clients who pull through the 3-month program. No guarantees, no big promises. Now let's recap. Again, rule of 3, bringing back the stages. We build your core offer and get you to your first $2,000. And then we use, what was it? Some sort of engine. Let's see. The inbound content framework. Fantastic. Inbound content framework to cash flow your months into repeatable $2,000. And then you either enjoy the 2K that's coming in, or we move on to the next level. Now, how to join the 2K blueprint? 0 spots are taken. That's for a little bit of urgency as you're sending this dynamic Google Doc out to people, right? And you can change that, and then they see. You email my friend John at melon.com with I'm in, and I found that I'm in is the highest converting response, right? I'll get you enrolled and I'll welcome you to the 2K blueprints today. So far, so good and easy, right? I'll remove all of this. Now, one thing I've found is people buy with emotion and justify with logic. So what we want to do is, if we have any screenshots, this is where we can add them, and you can add them raw, like testimonials.io and all of that works really well. But I found that just raw screenshots from LinkedIn, from wherever it is you have them, work best. I hope that was useful. Let's make some Google Doc offers.